Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. you're definitely not used to seeing me this early. I'm really happy about that. So let's see. Today feels like I'm gonna go ahead and do some card pulls. Interesting. I like when they just have me pull stuff out of the drawer and they're like, "Yeah, do this." I'm like, "Okay." Goodness. Take your time. Good morning and happy Friday, Venus Day. I'm learning the astrology of the days. Today is a great manifesting day. That's why things usually come through on a Friday, right? That's why we feel so good, is because all week long we've worked, right? According to like whatever our schedule is. On Friday, we have this thing in our head that says, "Wow, look how hard you worked. You're here. You have arrived." So, happy Friday. I love Fridays. I love Mondays. I love all the days. I think that they all have something wonderful to offer. Man. So I'm kind of in my head a little bit because, like, we have a work crew who's right next door, and they're right outside my window. And so they're kind of loud, but, they don't know they're loud. They're in their normal voice. It just happens to be underneath the awning, so it amplifies. But I didn't think that it would hinder the show at all because we have heavy traffic on Harbor Boulevard anyway, so it should be all right. Okay. All right. Usually I use this time for this particular show to bring up like things that maybe we've been working on, right? And with the devastation of the fires and the containment growing, okay, we're starting to feel externally that there is solution. The fires are prevalent because they're bringing up a lot of things internally for us. Whether you're affected directly by the fires or not, they're still affecting you because it's triggering something inside. It's reflecting something inside of you to you. So it'd be a good idea to sit still, contemplate like what's going on with you internally, and ask yourself if it's okay to either change the story, let go of the story, or if the story is safe for you to keep. So that way you're taking a personal inventory of your internal world, and those are your operation systems. It's how you show up. Okay. All right. When I changed the show from Monday to Friday, I was like, wonder why we did that. I'm okay with it, but I have a lot on Mondays, so that's why I changed it to Fridays, because I thought I didn't have a lot on. The minute I put something up, those are the days I get busy anyway. I don't know if it happens for everybody. And then I end up trying to work on a day I don't normally work, and then that day gets busy as well, but that's good. Okay, so I'll shuffle the cards. I'm going to tune into spirit and allow like an entrainment to happen in a thread. So what I am perceiving and focusing into is gentleness. I would like some gentleness in my life today. I would like some ease in my life today. And I do that through a window of gratitude for what's already been manifested, for what I still have, for what I'm able to share, me being one of them, right? And I allow that energy of knowledge to become a feeling so that my cells start to respond with that same vibration, right? So maybe I start small and I think about little things that I'm grateful for and I grow them, in composition, right? So maybe I'm grateful that like I woke up. Maybe I'm grateful I woke up today. Maybe I'm grateful for my breath, right? Because I am. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful that I have this opportunity. You know what? Let's just share a little gratitude with each other. I love this. Okay. I'm going to get what I normally do because that's like what was prompted to me by spirit. So I usually have a piece of sage that I will light, and it will become my talisman. 1 minute. It becomes my center point for what it is that I want to do. And that's, I think, key for any kind of exercises like this. When you're allowing yourself to move into an energy, you're pivoting from a focus that you're holding of a different energy vibration. That vibration allows you informational exchange. That's that reciprocity. You're going to unpack what you find in a variety of ways. You'll use your body, your mind, your spirit to decipher your experience. When you begin to focus directly into your experience and who you are, and it becomes more poignant, we we naturally start to have more emotional energy because it's highly charged if it hasn't been processed. If and what I mean by processed, okay? Felt. If you haven't felt through it, okay, then you haven't processed it. If it gets too much and too overwhelming and you shut it off, then you're not processing all the way through it. And you need to, so that way it doesn't rule you. So, depending on what those charges are that you're experiencing, gratitude is a great way to allow yourself another focus because you become every experience that you've ever had. Energetically, physically, mentally, you become it because it becomes part of your Akashic records. And it's not just this lifetime, it's several lifetimes. It allows you to be who you are now alongside who you are now. That's probably the easiest way to say it. I love my life. Okay, so what I one of my practices when I wake up, okay, is that I'll go ahead and beside my bed I have like a desk, and so on the desk there's like I have like little one leaves of sage. Sage is very sacred to me. It is not part of my indigenous culture. It's part of Native American indigenous culture. When I use it, I am using it to bless myself, and I'm borrowing, not appropriating, I'm borrowing an herb that's blessed and highly favored in the land that I'm stewarding, right? It isn't my job, apparently, but it's my job no matter where I'm at. We are indigenous to the world. Stewardship of the world is necessary. All right. Okay. So, sage. This sage is harvested by my partner who goes and prays over it, only picks like what's necessary for us to use in our ceremony, and then blesses the space and then comes back. He doesn't pull anything up by the roots because he understands that that is a gift from earth. All right. So I use it. I use it once in a while. I use it in a mix usually, and I use it for many different things. I use it with a lot of herbs that are indigenous to the land that my native is, right? And so my native is like many things. I am classic European for sure. I am Spanish, Irish, Dutch, Welsh, English, Scottish, and French. and maybe some other things. I'm not really positive, but it is all of the European nations. And there's lots of herbs that have been burned for many different things throughout the ages, to purify, to cleanse, to the intention has been very similar, to bless. All right. So I'm using this particular herb because of the connection I feel to it. All right. And I'm honoring it because I'm not overwhelming myself with what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So I'm taking like one leaf and I'm going to go into a space of gratitude and receiving. Okay. And I'm just kind of bringing my energetic understanding into who I am right now. Right. And I love to connect to the earth because that's who I am. It's who we all are. We're stardust and earth dirt. So connecting to that vibrational understanding that we are in oneness, right? When we're in oneness, there is this shared communal energy of cohabitation and co-creation. And that's what we're tapping into. We're tapping into our consciousness, our higher consciousness, our uber consciousness, our super consciousness, our subconsciousness. We're tapping into our connection. All right. In that connection, many people are going to have several feelings and thoughts about what gratitude is. And I encourage you to find out what it feels like to you. What does gratitude feel like to you? Okay. And begin inviting that feeling in, right? Okay. And so what I usually do is I stand, and my gratitude practice is this. It's lots of different things, but this is like my gratitude practice currently. So it's me centering into my experience, and then the intention of bringing in that gratitude and beginning to experience it, and saying things like, thank you for letting me wake up today. Thank you for my breath. Thank you for another day at the races. Thank you for all that I can be. Thank you for all that I have been. Thank you for the beautiful people that you bring into my life. Thank you for the beautiful experiences. Thank you for the people that surround me. Thank you for the people that support me. Thank you for the people I can support and love and give to. Thank you for this day. And that's my gratitude practice. All right. And as you can see, it doesn't take very much, right, to put you into a frame of mind, body, and spirit that is harmonious to one subject. Okay. All right. So I'll put you right here. You'll be fine there. Okay. Lots of different things that we could do to allow ourselves the alignment that we're looking for, but it all starts with us. We are the ones who are in charge of our vibrational offering. If we're highly stimulated or overstimulated, we're naturally going to go in the focus or direction of that magnetic pull that we created at a different time. It doesn't make it right or wrong. We decide that all the time anyway. What it makes it is situational. As it's situational, asking yourself how important the outcome is or the result is that you thought that you were looking for, instead of enjoying the experience that you're in that you created, right? Those are the options that we give ourselves in the duality we experience. The idea is to allow yourself to be more of who you dream yourself to be. The only limitation is in the story that you're telling yourself in your head. The story that you tell yourself in your head, quite possibly, could have limitation for very good reason. It could be because you've been down a similar road, you've had a similar experience, and to invest yourself at this particular point into that same sort of pattern is undesirable. That's great. That means you're in recognition. You know what you don't want. You know what you don't want. And a lot of us do know what we don't want. This year, this next 19 months, I'll say, is about opening up your dreams, figuring out what you really do want. You're well aware of what you no longer wish to experience. Contrary action, contrary thought will bring that about as well. Contrary action that's inspired, that will help. And it's usually inspired by the dream. Like when you reawaken your childhood dreams to what it is that you would like in the world, they become very grandiose because you're super connected and you have no limitation. Recently, I found out that mine is that I want peace on earth. That's a big mouthful for me to say out loud. And it's a true desire. It's so weird. Not so weird, but it took me 64 years to figure out what my purpose is. And however I bring that forward is beautiful, but that's truly what I want. That is what I feel very aligned to is peace on earth. So in that, I want to provide tools. I want to shift as many energetic experiences as people will allow me, so that way they can find that harmony and ease inside. The next 19 months, with our node going into Pisces, everybody's going to be highly psychic. Everybody's very psychic right now, extremely psychic. The veil that we thought was getting thin in October is now almost non-existent. It's just so beautiful. And that veil that we refer to is dimensional separation of experience. Okay? So in that dimensional separation of experience, where are you allowing yourself to understand the experience that you're in? You can make up anything that you want so that way your mind relaxes. Okay? So that your heart doesn't feel overburdened. All right? And then if it fits, you'll wear it for a while. Then something will reflect to you something that's going on. You'll have an internal struggle and you'll shift the way you tell that story yet again, and you will be a brand new paradigm. That's how life works. We're in a meditation, we fall off of the meditation, and we're brought back to the meditation. Every time we're brought back to the meditation, we're brought back to a brand new version of us, okay? Because we have more knowledge now. So the idea is to kind of sit still and see who you are. Doing a gratitude exercise in the morning is a wonderful way to embody your experience, your physical experience. And that's very necessary right now. That's what Pluto and Capricorn was about putting you into your body. All right. Today is Venus Day. She was the first one to visit Pluto in Aquarius, and she laid the groundwork for that. Now she's with Pisces. So she's in the house of Pisces, in the constellation of Pisces. Pisces is that nebulous dream state, endings, all of those things, right? In that nebulous subconscious energy, because that's what Neptune feels like. Neptune is possibility, and you have to go into the dark to retrieve the seed, right? And so understanding that that is like what your giddy up is, and that it's very repetitious, but it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Everything that happens, we are resilient usually, and something is provided to pull us out of that horrendous situation. Those provisions start from our heart and from our mind. When we bring in the energy of what we're looking for, more support physically comes in to do just that. I would say that we did not, I don't know if it was this program or a different program, but we did it was earlier in the week or last week. It was closer to when the fire started. And we were feeling a lot of devastation. A lot of us were feeling devastation and powerlessness. Powerlessness because of many things that were going on around us. We couldn't help those in need that we wanted to in the way we wanted to. We wanted to just put the fire out. We wanted just to give them back their homes. We wanted them to just have a restoration of life and no loss. And when you feel that powerless, it's difficult to offer words. It's difficult to offer services. It's difficult to stand in that because you're in your experience of it. So what we did was we decided to entrain like the thread, all right, and find out what energy is our solution. What energy is our solution? What makes us let go of what we have to hold on to until we're comfortable to let flow happen so that everybody gets what they need, right? And we found out that the word assistance was what we needed. And it had a beautiful connotation to it, and assistance. So we flowed the energy of assistance into the spirit of fire, right? Fire wasn't done. Fire wasn't done for a quick minute. And I would say Tuesday fire was still pretty entrenched, right? Wanting to clear and cleanse and be. And in that, we went ahead and allowed it to do what it needed to do. And now we are calling in water to a certain degree to where like water can come and touch every aspect and release that so that the assistance and support can be there, right? But gently. All right. Okay. So those are things that I like to do. So you could do those things. You could think about beauty moving toward the process and then what that looks like. And then wherever you feel a little resistance, what word and vibration, because you're going to think and feel the word. Okay. So what word is going to bring about your ability to let go of what you're holding on to so that the energy can be of use in a different way. So you're performing transmutation. That's what you're doing. Okay. The law of transmutation. All right. And these are some things that I found help me. We're also collecting, pardon me, we're collecting different items, bottled water, hygiene, blankets, hoodies. We also are doing diapers and stuffed animals, small stuffed animals, and goodness, yes. So like that, there's a whole list, and we're this Sunday. Okay, so this Sunday, today's Friday. Today is the 17th. So on the 17th, I'm letting you know that on the 19th, we have a beautiful market. The market is called The Beauty of You. We have several vendors, over 20 vendors. We have food, we have drinks, we have tattoos, we have skincare, and we have massage, we have physical therapy, we have doctors that have cleansers and just like beautiful. We have found some of the best people to be present for this particular theme. This theme is about getting you back into your body, you finding out who you are, all right, and opening up to the beauty of that internally and externally. When the inside matches the outside, it's easier. It's fine. It's fine. And all of us are, we are really processing at a deep level. So allow yourself a lot of grace because you're doing a great job. Okay. All right. So moving forward, okay, up until next Friday, we'll say, let's pull 3 cards to see like how we're doing. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it's a story around money, apparently. It's situational. All right. But just to let you know, we're all in this. We're in the tower. We're in a tower moment. The tower moment is a moment of change. It's a moment of change where you can roll with it and accept it and move with it. All right. But right now, this is the end of the experience and you're just getting the fuck up out of it. That's what it is. All right. So we're still in that transitional energy. Okay. We're going to feel a lot of situational heartache. A lot. We're going to feel betrayed to a great degree. It doesn't mean that that has to be our story, our constant story. That's our current story. All right. And then this card comes up. This is Pentacles. So a lot of people are just kind of sitting still inside their house, waiting to see like what the outcome is. And so that looks like what this week is going to be again, is a lot of processing, a lot of pulling things out that have otherwise been stuffed down. All right. In that, like the Tower card is going to be your spiritual lesson. That's what we're in right now. It's not going to just allow itself to evaporate. We're going to work with it. And as we work with it, we'll become that. And we will allow it to become like a book on a shelf, not a brick in a backpack. And that will help us a lot. So, Othila, that's all right. Othila is the rune for today. Here she is. Ooh, okay. So here's the rune. Separation, retreat, inheritance. This is a time of separating paths. Old skins must be shed, outmoded relationships discarded. When you receive this rune, a peeling away is called for, part of the cycle of initiation. Othila is a rune of radical severance. Radical severance. For sure this week, okay? The appropriate action here is submission and quite possibly retreat. That's what we had talked about, right? Everybody being in their home. Knowing how and when to retreat and possessing the firmness of will to carry it out. Real property is associated with Othila, for it is the rune of acquisition and benefits. However, the benefits you receive, the inheritance, may be derived from something you must give up. This can be particularly demanding when you are called upon to abandon, when what you are called upon to abandon is some aspect of your behavior, a part of your cultural inheritance. For then you must look closely at what, until now, you have proudly claimed as your birthright. Whether it is your attachment to your position in society, to the work that you do, or even to your beliefs about your own nature, the separation called for will free you to become more truly who you are. What a great week this is going to be for all of us, okay? So, Othila read our cards very accurately, right? Okay, so here we are. We have this that represents all of this, and that is our week's reading. Okay? It should go pretty good. Mostly what it is that you're already understanding that you're in like you're in an experience. And so sitting still, not having to decipher what the experience is while you're in it, waiting and finding out like whether you can let yourself be the observer, right? Pulling your energy out of it. So you have to find those words that bring ease to the situation that you're holding on to. So, you know, that sacred space that you hold in your heart, right? So the idea is to find the word that's going to bring you ease, physical ease in the situation. So it doesn't feel like you have to hold it in your hands or on your shoulders or in your body. It's where you are a part of consciousness and you're allowing oneness to hold the sacred situation. It's an easier way to understand because we all share that burden. And then that way we don't feel like we're the only ones that are there that are going to be able to provide help. All of us will move together to help. All of us will. We will make determinations and make choices. And in those choices, it will force resolution and solution. Okay? All right. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah.